Hi JBM. Hi Tyler. An impromptu live. I wasn't sure what I was doing, so I thought I'd come out. Just take a walk before it goes dark. Hiya David. Hello Andrew. Hiya Penny. It's very sunny, so I can't see the screen. At the Doubletree Hilton, Glasgow, having afternoon tea. Too much for one person. How long are you away? I'm only away till Saturday as usual. Hello Angela, yes, I'm doing well, thank you. Can you hear everything and can you see the screen okay? Or can you see me okay? Greetings from sunny Scotland. I'll turn you around so you can see where I'm walking. Yes, I'm in Ibiza. I'm in San Antonio in Ibiza. Well, it's called Sant Antoni de Portmanay where I am. Something like that. The weather's been crap though. It rained on and off all day yesterday. Here we go. Do you know what, Tyler? It's I haven't been here for a long time. Last time I came here was before I had kids, so probably 40 years, best part of 40 years ago. And the prices aren't cheap in Ibiza. Even the accommodation isn't that cheap either. Well, it's cheapish, you know what I'm like. Try and get it as cheap as I can. But food wise, it's not that cheap for food. Take a little walk along the front. Yeah, I'm trying to get as much as I can in. I didn't know I was going to do this because of the weather. If you look over there, look at them clouds again. So you don't really know what the weather's going to be like. Brian's on with his fridge magnets. Do you know what I was thinking to myself? My fridge would have been covered by now if I'd have started buying fridge magnets. Paul, picture looks clear and lovely. Hello from, oh Jesus, what's out and about? Yeah, I was just, I just finished reviewing. I'm staying in, on this one, I'm staying in 4 hostel, no I'm not. I'm staying in 3 hostels and 2 tiny hotels. And the reason for that was, it was the only accommodation I could get. Because when you look on the map and you're trying to book all the hotels, they're all saying unavailable. Now, I don't know if it's unavailable because a lot of this place is closed. It's the end of the season. So I don't know if it's the availability or if the hotels are full. But there was just nothing coming up. I wasn't planning on coming to Ibiza. I actually had no plans to come here at all. And in a couple of days, I decided I'll just go. So I booked the flights, which were really cheap. And then I looked for accommodation, and then that's where I came a cropper. Do us a favour, can you all, there's 22 people on, can you hit the like button to see if we can wake a few more people up? I know it's the wrong time of the day, I don't know what it is back at home now, but it's only about, I haven't got a clue. It's about 5:30 here, I think, or 5:20 here, so it'll be 4:20 at home. I'm not expecting that many people on because of the time, but the problem is another 40 minutes and it'll be pitch black here. So it'll be really pointless coming out. Yeah, do you know, that was another reason why I decided to come out, was because of the time of the year. Now, you know, Ibiza isn't sort of on my bucket list, if you know what I mean. I've been here 40 years ago, didn't like it. That was when I was a lot younger. I just didn't like San Antonio, to be honest with you. I just thought it wasn't for me. But I thought I'll come out a season, and you know what? It's really nice. It's quiet and it's nice. And I'm being told to check out Formentera. Hello from Rachel. Euro Millions on Friday. I'm travelling like you. Paul, I love your videos, as they are exactly what I like. I've got to try and get in the shade here to read these messages. 1 second. Exactly what I like to know about the place. I'm looking forward. I am looking at going to Cape Verde. That's the place I haven't done yet. Birmingham Airport shut, car bomb threat. No flight in or out. Oh, lovely. Nice news again. Don't need to win the lottery to travel. Work 40 years, save, retire and travel. Do you know what? My eyes are terrible on this sun. If I can't read your names, I'll just read your messages because the names are faint. I don't know with the Viking. The Viking was a weird one because I could only find 2 stars on all the booking agencies, and then when I actually searched on the Viking site itself, again, there was no relation to the stars at all. I just don't know what was going on, and I couldn't work out why. I just said it was at least a 3-star. Anyhow, let me turn you around and show you the beach. I'll tell you one thing, I missed the sunset last night. I was busy and it was a lovely sunset. By the time I actually got to where the sun was going down, it was too late to record it. It had actually gone. It was just about going at the very end, a little bit of it, but it was a lovely colour purple. But then it rained. It's just weird. The last couple of days here, I've been here since Monday. The last couple of days, the weather's been on and off. Right, Brown Chopper. Oh, that's a nice name. Right, Rachel. Hi. Lewis, hi, Paul. Yeah, do us a favour, there's 20 on, 9 of you haven't hit the like button, or just keep hitting the like button. Let's get a few more on. Any questions you want to ask me, just fire away. Yeah, I put a notice up yesterday on the community regarding TikTok. Don't worry, I'm not deserting YouTube. I'm going to have to keep talking because I'm walking past the bar with the music blaring out, and there we go again. Copyright music, so just keep talking and talking for no reason, so bear with me. I put on a TikTok thing yesterday just to see if I can get a few more people over onto the channel and more interested. I don't really understand TikTok. I can't work TikTok out for some reason. I just can't get my head around TikTok. And even last night, all these hearts and all these bits and pieces and ghosts and all kinds were flying across the screen. I haven't got a clue. I didn't get many on, but I'm not expecting to. I've only just joined TikTok, so really they don't know about me. I think I'm past that sound now. Was that a good talk? Yeah, so I'm not actually turning back around. I'm not deserting YouTube to go to TikTok. I'm trying to get people from TikTok to join YouTube. And I must admit, since I've notified with the videos that I put on TikTok, or the shorts, or the small little clips, they're only about 40 seconds, advertising hotels that I've done in my past, I think it's dragged some people over to the channel. Like Lewis is asking how I am. I know the sunset should have waited for me. Right, you booked Viking for June. Yeah, it's just a TikTok. It's one of them platforms that you've got to get used to. But if it drags more viewers from TikTok over, don't forget there are billions on TikTok, so there's a possibility if I grow a little bit on TikTok and get a following, then I might get more onto YouTube. And if YouTube grows a bit more, then that's more viewers, that's more revenue, and that's more plans. Method in the madness. Yeah, a lot of these places are shut up for the season. Look, you've got Lineker's bar over there, closed. KFC's closed as well. But you know what, I don't mind. I actually like it like this. The fact that you can walk along the front. The fact that you can walk along the front and, you know, you were left alone until someone's trying to sell me something then. Don't know what he was trying to sell me. Whatever it is, I don't want it. Hello Paul, I think I'm getting these names right. I can't see with this sun. It's that bright and it doesn't matter what angle I look at on the screen, it's not coming up. Got to keep dropping into the shade and see if I can read. Oh, it's Paul. Hi, from Warwick. Hello. No loss KFC, I know. Lewis, I'm at Ibiza. The only problem with TikTok is you get a hell of a lot of notifications coming up on the screen. So I'm in Ibiza, I'm in San Antonio in Ibiza. The other thing that I've noticed with it being empty is the lack of places to go to, food wise as well. You end up in bodega bars, the local little tapa bars. That's what I'm finding at the moment. I found one Irish bar last night and I went in and had steak and ale pie with mashed potato, and I was looking forward to it, and when it come out, let's just say I was waiting for the rest of the meal. It was this little, supposed to be homemade steak and kidney pie, not steak and kidney pie, steak and ale pie. And I don't know how long it had been left in the oven, but it was rock hard. And the mashed potato. I'm trying to describe how much mashed potato you actually got. It was basically, you know, the size of 2 scoops. And that was the whole meal. And I was like, wow, this will be gone in 30 seconds. And they still charge €13 for it. So that's the only problem with it being out of season. You've got limitations on where to go. But anyhow, I might be a stone lighter by the time I get home. You wish you were somewhere sunny. Well, that's dead easy. Get on a plane and go. Can I review the Backlot Cinema. I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't been to Ibiza for 40 years, so I wouldn't know what you're talking about. You like the Old Town? Well, I did go 40 years ago to the Old Town. Can't remember much about it. Private jet to Blackpool. Roll on the 30th of May. I'm glad you're looking forward. The 30th of May. Oh, when you're coming, I thought you were saying the 30th of October, because that's isn't that budget day? Looking forward to that one. Ricky, I'm fine. Don't I mind flying? Well, unfortunately, to get to the places I want to go to, I can get there over land, but as you know yourself, why would I try to take 2 days to get to somewhere I can be in 2 hours? I'm thinking of doing, I was so tempted, I was going to go to where was I going? Oh, Berlin. I was going to go to Berlin on a Flix bus. I was tempted to do that, but then I looked, it was 30 something hours. And it wasn't cheap either. I thought with it being on the bus, you'd have got it cheap, and I'm sure it was something like £140 return to Berlin. And I thought, well, why would you pay £140 to sit on the bus for 30 hours when you could probably get flights from Liverpool to Berlin or from Manchester for probably around about 70 quid return? And I was thinking, no, that's just pointless. And I'm not going to slog myself for 30 hours. I might do it if it was nicer weather, but maybe in the summer. I don't know. It's quick to get on a plane. There is a couple of bars open on the beach, as you just probably heard that music as it was going past again. Let me get in this shade again to read this. Yeah, I've thought of the sleeper train. I was going to do the Caledonian Express, but you know, they want £360 for the main double cabin from London to Edinburgh, I think. No, I've not seen anything relating to anti-tourists. Yeah, do you know, years ago when the kids were young, we did all that. We did the, we went to a place in France on a coach with the kids. It took us about 26 hours. We went to a place called Canet Plage. I always remember this. Kids were babies, and it was what we could afford. Well, I only had 2 kids then at the time, and the ex-wife was pregnant as well. And we got to Canet Plage, and when we arrived, it was a caravan site. And when we arrived, we seen loads of people in like the reception area, and a couple of people said, how long are you here for? And we said 2 weeks, and they said, good luck, we've been here a week and we're going home early. Supposed to be here for 2 weeks, but we're going home early because we can't afford to stay here. And then we realised once we checked in, now I'm talking 35 years ago, and the loaf was £2. 35 years ago. I got a can of Heineken, and it was the equivalent of a £5 on this campsite, and there was nothing else around it. You couldn't even go out to bars, there was nothing around the campsite. So that was an experience. It was cheap coach to get there, but God, you were ripped off when you were in France. To think £2, what would that be now in today's value? £35 years ago, £2 for a loaf. What the hell would that be today? Probably about 30 quid a loaf, wouldn't it? Right, I'm having a little sit. Let me have a look. Any sign of tourists? No. I remember getting a CSDS. The economy would collapse on Ibiza without tourism. I think the economy would collapse in Spain without the tourism, but I've got a funny feeling they don't want us in certain places. Am I having it large? Not really. It's dead. As I said, the only places I can find that are open are the Bodega bars, tiny little privately owned. Gotta say thank you to Lewis for the super chat. Have you got many children? Yes, I've got 4. Alex has put £17. I don't know what that means. I haven't got a clue what that means. You're off to Mallorca. Well, good luck in Mallorca, because I was there early on this year and that was another very expensive place and full of Germans, absolutely full of Germans. And that was a place I wouldn't, let's just say, I said I wouldn't go back, but I certainly wouldn't go back to Aranel where I was. And that was the all-inclusive rip-off. Oh, £2 years ago is the equivalent to £17 today, yeah. I can't tell you anything about Benidorm with December weather because I've got a friend who's in Benidorm at the present moment, and she sent me a message today to look on her Facebook, and it is hammering it, or it was hammering it down in Benidorm early on today. Really black skies, and it was bouncing down. And that's not normally October. So December could be different. I don't know. I'm going back out to Benidorm myself. I think in 3 weeks' time, I'm going back. Oh, I'm with you. It's not the same place. I told you I can't read the screen. It's southern Spain. Oh, I'm with you. Rachel's off to Benidorm on the 8th of November and not there till, I think, round about the 22nd. I haven't got a clue. I haven't got my diary with me. Do you know what? I've been to Benidorm November, I've been October, November, I've been January, I've been there when it's been snow on the cars. Believe it or not, Benidorm, I've seen 6-inch snow on cars in Benidorm. Okay, it's not Benidorm itself, it's where they've come off the mountains. So the people who live in the mountains have come into Benidorm and the cars are covered in snow. Hello Lorraine, live on the island. Enjoy. Oh, me, yeah. They have the old days. I'm going for Christmas again, 21st. It is nice in Benidorm over Christmas. I've had friends who have gone. I've had family who've stayed over Christmas. Let me turn you around. Let you see what I'm looking at. Isn't that beautiful? But isn't this nice? You wouldn't think that this was Ibiza, would you? Can you imagine what this must look like in July and August? You can just imagine what this would be like July and August, couldn't you? You certainly wouldn't have a beach like that. I used to work with Sticky Vicky when I was in Benidorm. Who's asking that? Oh, Lewis. Yeah, I worked with Sticky Vicky. I used to work in a bar. It's now called the King's Arms, it's called now. Massive bar on the corner of Cala Girona. And before it was that bar, it was the, I think it's probably still owned by the hotel, the massive 4-star hotel called Don Pancho. Really nice hotel. Now the bar used to belong to them. I don't know if they still belong to them, but they changed the name. But the bar was called Don Pancho years ago, and I worked in that bar. I used to bring Sticky Vicky on the mic. I was a hypnotist in that bar a long time ago. If anyone was old enough to remember Paul McKenna doing stage hypnotism, he was on the TV. Well, while he was on the television, I was a hypnotist in Benidorm. Yes, back to the real life. Yes, she passed away. Sticky Vicky was Spanish, yeah. Oh yeah, I remember when you were a hypnotist in Benidorm, or is my memory? Yes, I was definitely so. I'm just catching up with the messages after I've already spoke to you. There's rumours of it coming back, but none of the cast will actually say whether the series is coming back or not. I've got 48 people on. Can't believe I've got 48 people on. At this time of the day, I thought everybody would still be sort of like plodding along doing their average daily stuff. Do you know what? I don't know if I'm becoming overcautious, but there was a guy on the scooter. You probably just see the scooter go past, and he was coming very close to my phone. And there's just so much going on now about phone snatching. People on bikes and stuff like that, they come so close up to you and then they just snatch your phone. Maybe I'm just overcautious since I had my passport stolen. Right, where am I up to? Yeah, it's Sticky Vicky's daughter doing it now, Demetria. She does the same. She never used to. See, the thing is, when I knew I couldn't even get my mouth around the name now. When I knew Demetria, she was a contortionist, and she used to do all kinds of like acrobatic stuff in a bikini. But she refused. She would never take her clothes off. But obviously, she's keeping the family tradition going. She's keeping how do you put it without getting taken off? So she now goes to the full tricks now and does everything on stage the way her mother used to do it. But she said she would never do it years ago. I suppose you've got to keep the family tradition going, haven't you? Do you know, I can't see the names on this. Is that Diane? No, Elaine. Jesus, with the sun in my eyes, I tell you. You managed to catch the live, you missed all the last ones. I know you kept missing them. I have an interesting life, very bohemian. Oh, Penny, if you knew half of my life, in fact, if you knew a quarter of it, everyone says I should write a book. Have you ever worked with host safety stage? No, I've never worked with him. I've been watching reruns of Benidorm. I never get bored watching them. Victoria Leighton appeared. Yeah, she did. She appeared. She opened up. I'm going to sound like a geek now, aren't I? I didn't watch. I love saying this. I didn't watch the Benidorm series. I caught bits of it, and I'm sure. Didn't she open up Mel's mobility scooter shop? I think she cut the ribbon on the mobility scooter. That was the episode she was in. The thing with it, I sort of watched the first 3 series on and off, and I think once the Garveys went, I just lost interest, and I couldn't adapt to that new family that came in, because they're brilliant actors, and then they brought that new family in, and I just couldn't get my head around it. Bobby Nutt, okay, brilliant actor. But the family themselves, they were overacting, I think. And the mother-in-law, she used to play Doreen Corkle in Brookside years ago. But I tell you what, she hasn't half lost weight. She looks like a matchstick. Keep hitting that like button. Let's get a few more on. I'll probably do about an hour, I think. I've done half an hour now, so I'll probably stay on for about an hour. I'll turn you back around. We'll do another little bit of a walk, I think. It does look like a picture, doesn't it? Doesn't look real. As I said, there are a couple of bars open. A couple of people sitting watching the world go by. This is my source of holiday. I like stuff like this. I don't like it when you go into places hectic. That's why when I do Benidorm, I stay in the old town when it's like the busy time. I try to get to the old town rather than go down by the strip, because that just becomes ridiculous. And it's funny, you know, because people talk about Benidorm and they always say, "Oh, I wouldn't go in August." August would be the best time to go because tourists, the English tourists, don't go to Benidorm in August because it's too expensive. You'd think it was the peak time. No, it's too expensive, and it's between 40 and 45 degrees in August, and you can't breathe. But if you wanted Benidorm at a quieter time, then August is the time for you to go. Yeah, you can just see so many places closed. Right, let's get up here now. Vicky Lake appeared in one episode, yet did you? Yeah, she was with Donald and Jacqueline, yeah. Benidorm was not the same for me when Donald died. Well, that was sort of round about the same time when the Garveys came out, wasn't it? Jeffrey Hutchin in Kenya. Yeah. We stopped watching once the Garvey, yeah. Totally agree, Steve Pemberton, yeah. They are class. I mean, they're both brilliant actors in their own sort of like. Do you know what I mean? Because she does, mind you, so does he. Period dramas and stuff like that. She does. They both do the same, don't they? People are talking to each other. Nick Jonas match. Yeah, with Sheila White again, another period actor, isn't she? Do you say actor or actress nowadays? It's weird, isn't it, how that changed? I was watching a YouTube the other night, and there was people on that talking, and they were referring to themselves as actresses. So, yeah, the new family. I think what it was Darren Little. Darren Little, I think his name was. Yeah, it was his name. I think it came to a point where, you know, when you know you should stop it. You know, when you're at a high and you think that, you know, you've got it to a point. I think when people get to that point, you should stop. Don't push it because you want to leave it on a high, but people push the episodes and they pushed out another series and then another series, and I think the jokes became very weak then. That's my opinion. Penny Black stamp here. Yes, but no. Don't know what you mean. I'm in San Antonio. Someone's just said you look like I'm in San Antonio. Yes, but no. Kenny died 2014. Yeah, he did, didn't he? Benidorm is pricing themselves out too high for some travellers instead of going twice. Yeah, that's the thing with Benidorm. This is the thing with Spain. I don't know what's wrong with Spain. Do they just want to get rid of tourism? My family never liked the dad. Yeah, it went on too long. Yeah, he owns Matea's Bar in Benidorm, which used to be I'm trying to think what it used to be. I think it was called Peter's Bar. about 30 years ago. Yes, there are a lot of places, and I think it's a personal choice when you say better places. It depends what you mean by better. Personal choices. Now, certain people wouldn't go to Greece, certain people wouldn't go to Italy, and a lot of people wouldn't bother with Thailand because of the length of time to get there. So when you say personal choice, a lot of people like Benidorm because I keep saying this, you know, it's like my second home. It's got something for everyone. You don't have to be in the rowdy area. You can stay in the quiet side of Benidorm. You can go to the old town. You can have the traditional little village look, the shipping village look if you stay in the old town. Go down to the harbour where the boats are. It's not all about nightclubs. I think that's why people are attracted to Benidorm, because there's a variety. You can please yourself, you can stay in, you can go out to just watch cabaret in the hotel, you can go to a bar and see, well, I'd say entertainers, but I say that loosely, because with working in Benidorm, you find out that a lot of people who go to Benidorm get up on the karaoke, and then before you know what, they're classing themselves as an international artist. And you remember them when they used to come in the pub and get pissed and just sing on the karaoke. Yeah, I know, it's the guy who played. So it all depends, it's personal choice. I'm off to Turkey. I haven't been to Turkey for 15, 20 years. I went to Marmaris, I didn't like it. I hated it. But I'm planning on going to Turkey as well. Yeah, the thing is, John, you know, you would never go back because they don't seem to want tourism. Now, I don't know if this is, I don't know if it's all, let's turn you back around. I don't know if all this is true or propaganda. I don't know if this is the newspapers, the social media, is it hyping it up? You know, I'm in Spain now. And I'll tell you what, I've just been into, I just booked into the hostel, and I have never been greeted by the nicest person going. All smiles. The only thing she didn't do was give me a hug and a kiss, because I was expecting that. She did everything, basically. Even got me a ice cold drink of water, some chocolates, and she was all dead smiles, full of smiles. And then I got, and this is in a hostel, and then I got in the lift, and the cleaner was in the lift, and she was dancing, and she was, because I was on the floor 3, she was going 1, 2, 3 and dancing. And I thought, wow. So, you know, they weren't hostile towards me because I was English. So I don't know if this is hyped up by the media. The other thing that's on the horizon now, and I read it the other day, which is hilarious. Well, there's 2 things happening now. I might as well give you the information, mightn't I, that I've read. Whether it's true, and I can't see the part 2 becoming real. I have to bear on the messages for a while. I can't read them while I'm telling you. Now, they are bringing in that all the parties' information has to be given over when they arrive at their accommodation. And what I mean by that is, when you hand your passport in, they want everyone's details. They want your home address. Now, I don't know, the hotels are kicking off on this. So if you're going away on, say, a hen party with 8 girls, now they're going to want 8 addresses, 8 contact numbers, 8 emails. They want the whole lot of information from you for every individual person. The hoteliers are kicking off because they haven't got the manpower to do this. And as one of the main points that was brought in the discussion was the fact that it's just going to cause a build-up in the paperwork. It's bad enough having to scan passports, but for them to have to document everyone's address, everyone's nationality, phone numbers, emails, this is just going to go on and on. Oh, isn't that lovely there? Look at the windmill. So that's part one. The second part, there's a certain person in Spain, an official in Spain, who not only do they want all that information for every individual staying in Spain, he wants your credit card details. Yes, that includes the full 16-digit number, the issue date, the expiry date, and are you ready? They want your 3-digit number on the back of your credit card as well. He's applied for that. Google it. I'm not lying. Google it and have a little look. He's been kicked back for now, but that's what he's trying to push into plan. Now, I don't know about you, but I certainly, let's turn you back around. I don't know about you, but I certainly ain't giving my credit card details to any hotel, whether it's secure or not. I'll use my credit card in a hotel, but there's no way on this planet I'm giving them the full details of my card. And then what happens if that data gets hacked? Everyone's going to realise that the banks have been emptied. Plus the fact, how do the banks back in England think about this? Because if you go to a hotel and give that information over, then you get back home and find out a week after you're back home, your bank has been drained. And they ask you, have you give any details out? And you say, well, yeah, I give it to the hotel, all the details and my card. They're not gonna back you up on that. You're not gonna get a refund on that. I can't see how this works, but there is. Just Google it and have a little look. There's some Spanish official guy who wants all your credit card details. Well, let's just say he can go and swing. If that's the case with Spain, this will probably be my last visit this year. I certainly won't be going back if that comes into force. Right, I've got a backlog now of, I don't know where I'm up to. If I missed any, apologies. I went to Spain once but would never go back. Oh sorry, I went to Turkey once but would never go back. Have you been to Greece or any of the Greek islands? Yes, I've been to Kos and Zakynthos or Zante. I've been there. Depends what you're looking for. Kos is nice. Zante, when I went, is like an Ibiza type of thing on a smaller scale. Right, there's music blaring that way, so I'm going to turn around and start going back. India is a place, £11 a night. Well, I don't know if I'll ever get to India. You've got to realise, I keep saying this, I'm on a budget. I'm trying to get as much content based on the income that I get coming into the channel. Don't forget, I only get paid by YouTube adverts. That's the only way I get revenue, is YouTube adverts. So the more people that watch the adverts, the more people that watch the channel, then that's how I get my income. And I have to keep stressing this because a lot of people turn around and think that I get all these hotels and accommodation all free. No, I have to pay for the whole lot, and they don't even know I'm coming. So that's the good thing about it, and that's why you get the true review. So that's nice to know, Paul. But have you also heard they want the bank details and credit card? Yeah, John's just saying exactly what I've just read before I come to it. Do you know what, KB? Is it KB or K? Yeah, KB. Do you know what? I don't think the Brits are buying up the properties. I don't think they are. The people I know had properties in just outside Torrevieja. I had 3 friends who had villas in Torrevieja, and they've sold them all because they can't keep them. Yeah, it looks like it's actually blocked. Let me turn you around. Looks like it's behind railings, so they're probably protecting it. I don't know what it is. Yes, that's it. They are taking the piss. No one's going to go then. Exactly. Surely they can't do that. Well, I don't think, they can do what they want, Rachel. They can put in whatever they want. It's whether people abide to it is another thing. What they ask and what people do are two different things, aren't they? As I've just said to you, there's no way on this planet I am handing my credit card over and giving my details. As I say, you know quite well, we've read and we've heard on the news of X amount of data, X amount of people leaving hard drives with millions and millions of people's data on in cars that have been robbed. NHS data gone missing. So you're not telling me that this is going to be 100% secure when you do it in hotels throughout the whole of Spain. And that goes missing, and that's everyone's credit card details with expiry dates and CVVs on the back. I don't think so. Listen, I had money taken out of my... Who did I fly with? Oh, there's a video coming out. It'll be a couple of weeks, yeah. I had my first ever flight on Jet 2, and you know what? They were brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So I did the quick recording of getting on the plane and what I thought of it, from Liverpool to Ibiza. Brilliant. Cost me £98, I think it was, return, and that included a 10-kilo bag as well. Yeah, I know quite well. Years ago, I was in Benidorm, and my bank is Santander, I'll be honest with you. And I was in Benidorm, and Santander is a Spanish bank, so I went into the Santander bank and I changed some money. Well, drawn out some euros. And that was the only transaction I did. And when I got home, £700 had gone out my account in two separate transactions, 400 and a £300 one. So I didn't realise till I went on me bank account to just check something, and then realised £700 was missing. Now I contacted the bank and they gave me the third degree of security. What security do you have on your devices, your phone, your PCs? And it was just a simple explanation. I just said to them, I said, well, don't be asking me what my security is. I said, it's a simple thing you need to do. When people pay and withdraw money, they have a sort code and they have a bank account number. Am I correct? That's what I was saying to the Santander fraud squad. And they said, yeah, that's dead simple. I said, well, instead of asking me totally stupid questions, why don't you just look and see who's took the money? Because there's got to be an account for you to pay into, and you'll know whose account it is. That was the logic that I thought. And he went, yes, we'll do that. I said, well, do it then. So the guy went away, and then he came back and he went, oh, we'll have to investigate this. There's no account number. I said, now hang on, stop. What security does Santander have on there in their business when they don't even have account numbers, but they're paying money to them? So how the hell do you pay money to an account number that you don't have an account number? I said, I think you need to check your security. And where I was working at the time, I had two CID standing next to me, and they were talking to me at the same time. And the guy on the phone said, who are you talking to? I said, I'm talking to two CID. And he was like, oh. So we didn't realise what my job involved and what I was doing. And he went away, and I tell you what, within 10-15 minutes, that £700 was back in my account. And that was going into a Santander bank. So, let's get back onto these. Right, well, I don't know what's happened. I don't know if we've lost the signal because the messages have stopped. This always seems to happen after a while. I'm going to keep going. I don't know if the messages are coming up. But the last message I've had is they'll be asking you for phones next. I don't know why this happens all the time. I don't know if it has stopped or if you've stopped typing messages or if it's just catch up. I said I'm taking it up to the hour anyhow. I'll just walk along and carry on chatting. I know you can hear me whether I'm getting the messages or not. And I've only got 8 minutes before I bring this to a close. I'm going to bring it to a close on the hour. Well, when I say the hour of me being on. I thought I'd just pop on and let you have a little look and see where I am. So watch out for these coming. At the present moment, I'm on the Croatia ones. I'm trying to play catch up. To follow Croatia will be Krakow. And there's an Auschwitz video covered up as well. Now, the thing that I put on the poll last night, I don't know if you actually got the communication. I put a poll up last night in the community. The reason being is because several people, including moderators, are not getting notified when a new video goes up. Now, when your own moderator doesn't even get notified, then you start thinking to yourself, what's going on? So I did a poll last night, and out up to this morning there was 128 people voted, and 41% are not getting notified. Now, I've noticed the views have seemed to have dropped slightly on the channel, and I was wondering why. And I was thinking, especially since the Croatia videos have gone up, and I thought, well, maybe it's just Croatia. But then when I was told that they're not getting notified, I thought to myself, no, there's something wrong here, which proves a point. If 40% are not getting notified, then you don't know when the videos are coming up. So can you please go into the community again? There's another message I put up there, and thanks to Penny, she saved me doing all the typing. She copied and pasted the details of what you need to do to get notified. Apparently other people have come on since and said after a while, if you haven't updated your YouTube channel or your settings on it, then your notifications get turned off. I don't know why they turn your notifications off, but my son even checked on his, and he said his notifications are on, and he checked and they weren't. His bell had been turned off. So I don't know. The messages are back on. His notification had been turned off. So I don't know if after a certain time, if you don't update your phone or you don't update your settings, the notifications get turned off, or I don't know exactly what's going on. So can you please do me a favor, just check your notifications on your the bell, just check that it is on and it's open to all notifications. Otherwise you're not going to know when I'm on, you're not going to know when you're getting videos. And as I said, the new ones that I've just put on are 2 beautiful hotels in Croatia. If you haven't watched them videos, give them a quick look. They're only about 15 minutes long, but have a quick look. And I tell you what, I stayed in 5 different places in Croatia, and I would recommend every single one of them. They're beautiful. It just goes to show when you go to these different places around the world that, oh yeah, I might do all that later on. I'm thinking of doing that myself later on. What do you reckon? Yeah, I could do that. I'll do that on one hand. Do you know what? I'm exhausted looking at them. Right, let's get in this shade and I can do a couple of messages. Got Paul a nightmare. Still here. Yeah, you know, they'll all come back on now. No problems here. Still here, still here. You two still here. Yeah, it just, the messages just stopped on my side. Yeah, you know, with the scammers throughout the world, if they could trace everyone's money, then all the scammers that you've got, this, especially the Indian scammers that's going on, you know, a lot of scammers that go on now are these banks that are ringing you up. And it's clearly, you've got, you can tell clearly on the phone calls that they are Indian. Now, I'm not saying all Indian people are scammers. What I'm saying is you can tell clearly that they're Indian, and they come on and they go, hello, my name is Kevin. And you know quite well they're not. Now, they're scamming people out of millions. I watch a channel on YouTube called Scammer Paper, and when you look at some people's loss, you're talking the life savings, and it seems to be the targeting Americans. And you just see elderly people and they've just lost the whole of the life savings. Some people are losing £1 million because they're pretending to be the bank and trying to secure. They're coming on saying there's issues with the bank and that. I mean, you think to yourself, how did they fall for it? But when you're elderly and you're not au fait with the sort of, with internet and stuff like that, I suppose you could ease, and you're frightened you're going to lose your money, and you fall for it. It's so easy. And I tell you what, if that was the case, and it was easy to trace it back, they'd trace all the people's money, wouldn't they? So, they bounce off everything, don't they, before they get it paid into their account. Yeah, I see what I mean. So KP's not been getting notifications. Just do us a favour, love, just check. I hope you're a female, because I've just called you love. Just check your notifications that they haven't been turned off. Yeah, it's beautiful weather. Oh, doesn't it? I'm sure I read something about it. Maybe I'm wrong. Either way, just check your notifications. I think there's 3 settings on it. One is all notifications. One is you can private some of them. You can pick the channels that you want to notify you. And then the last one is turn it all off. I think that's what it was when I had a quick look. You done yours this morning. Well, there you go. So there's somebody who's had to change theirs this morning. I don't understand why people's notifications, me mods ones would be turned on permanently. So why were they turned off? They haven't turned them off. Something's definitely gone wrong. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't it? I reckon another half an hour and it'll be gone. Yeah, this is the thing, it's like a catch-22, isn't it? If you're not getting notified, then people aren't viewing the channel. If they're not viewing the channel, then the rates aren't going up, and the amount of views are not going in, and the algorithms are low. Because I keep getting told off by YouTube. They keep telling me that people are not looking at your videos for some reason as much as the previous one. Well, I can't force people to look at the videos, but now when there's like 40%, that's a lot of people. Out of every 100, 40 of them are not getting notified. That's a lot of people out of 15,000 subs. Go on, who's got maths? Go on, what's 40% of 15,000? $6,000, isn't it? Yeah. So 6,000 of the subs are not getting notified. And I don't want to upset you, but Christmas markets are coming up shortly. I wonder if we have any humbugs on that don't like Christmas. I'm sure Birmingham's Christmas market starts on the 1st of November. No, I think that's a bit too early. Right, any last questions before I go? She's got a spacesuit on there, look. Oh, she must be boiling. Mind you, it'll be a reflector, won't it? Yeah, other people saying they haven't got a notification. Well, this time I'm doing a few, I'm not moving far, I'm staying local in the UK this time because I've got too many flights going on already to mess around going to Europe to do Christmas markets. So on these ones I'm going to do quite a bit of food in these ones off the stalls. It's going to cost a fortune because they just rip it off, don't they? I think a big sausage is about £12 nowadays. I know. Yeah, KP's notifications were switched off. I don't know what YouTube are doing. I haven't got a clue because obviously someone must be switching them off. So I'm going to upload this video once I finish it, and I hope people watch the live. If you can share this information to people as much as you can to let other people know that the notifications have been turned off on a lot of people. I wouldn't have known. Only one of my mods turned around and said that theirs has been turned off. I wouldn't have known. I just thought it was like a lack of viewership on the channel for some reason. It was making me wonder why people don't want to look at the videos, but they don't know about them. They can't look at them, can they? So I'll turn you back round now. I'm going to have to keep talking. I'm walking past that bar again, the one with the music blaring out. So I'm going to have to keep talking so that this doesn't get taken down. That's the only problem when you're trying to do lives, especially at beaches. You're going to walk past beach bars where the music is blaring out constantly. So I'm just going to have to keep talking over it so that it doesn't actually knock me off, because it will do, because it'll just close off the video. It's stupid really, isn't it, when you think that background music can actually demonetize the video totally, just for a little bit of background music for like 10 seconds. You'd think to yourself that they'd just allow it, wouldn't you? But then again, copyright. There's enough people losing money through copyright, isn't it? When you've got artists that spend, you know, their life producing music and people just rip it off, you can understand it. But for the likes of this, if it's like not directly played through and it's sort of background, they should have some way of knowing that it's not directly put over the video purposely. But no, as soon as they hear the music, they'll either cut the portion, well, they won't cut the portion out, they'll mute that portion of the video, or you'll get a warning telling you that they've took the video off. Here we go again. Rachel's had none. I don't know what's going on. Have a look at your settings, Rachel. You'll probably find, like KP, that they have been turned off for some reason. Oh, Patricia, I'm in York for the Christmas market, but I don't know when. But I'll probably do a live while I'm there, so hopefully it might be the same time. I've been invited over. I don't know if you've seen the previous York videos where I met a lady called Kathleen, and then her husband Rob works for the sightseeing company. Well, he took me on a quick VIP tour that day of the Minster and places like that with the pass. But he's invited me back again for Christmas so I can do the boat ride, the tourist boat ride, and he's taken me to the railway museum and the Terry's chocolate factory. This is what I think he said. He's invited me back, so I'm going over in November. It is booked. Well, the train's booked, but I haven't got a clue what date yet. It could be around that time, so watch out. Yes, I know that pound burger is still going in Blackpool. I was tempted to do it, but you know why I didn't do it? It's because nearly every other Blackpool vlogger has gone on and done it. The pound burger. Yeah, Elaine, been missing all the lives, missing everything. Right, so John's okay. It's certain people. Oh, the lakes. The lakes is beautiful, isn't it? In fact, if you've not seen that video, I did the lakes at the very beginning of this channel. I did a private Airbnb in the lakes. I stayed in this accommodation, which was lovely. and that was in the lakes. Just hope the weather stays for you. I mean, I came out on Monday morning and I was a bit wary whether we'd get off the ground with that storm Ashley, because at John Lennon Airport it was very blustery, and you can always tell when it's windy when you're getting on the plane. They only open one door. I had to ask, not this time, I've asked before, because I've actually been at John Lennon Airport where the planes have turned the other way round, where the nose is pointing out as opposed to into the airport, and only one door was open, and I asked why one door was open, and apparently, believe it or not, if they have both doors open and the wind is gushing through, it can flip the plane. Well, that's what I was told. Right, well, I've done my steps for today, if nothing else. Let's read these last couple of messages and then I'll say ta-ra. I'm made up, I've got 56, I think, people on. I'm made up with that. Right, let's have a little look at the last few messages. Maureen saying she loves York, lovely city. Well, Penny, I can imagine York to be beautiful. York's beautiful at any time of the year, so I can imagine it to be really nice for the Christmas markets. The only thing with Christmas markets, you know yourself, if you've got one in a city or a town there where you are, you know yourself, what is it? A hot chocolate with a toddy in, you're probably talking £6, aren't you? £7. A bratwurst, you're talking around about bloody £12, aren't you? If you want a pint of beer, you're talking probably £7, £8. And then if you want a mulled wine, you're probably talking a £5. They just go for it, don't they? They do rip you off as a tourist. But it's got that feel, hasn't it? You're all wrapped up, you're sitting in a beer tent. You know quite well they're there to rip you off, but it's once a year. So I will be doing a few of them. I'm not sure which ones yet, but I will be doing a few. I'll turn you around. Oh, I didn't tell you, did I? This is mine, by the way. I own this. This one here, yeah. I didn't tell you about that. That's why I've come back. Yeah, this is my one, this one. I've only picked a small one. Bought this about 14 years ago. I just keep it in this dock because they won't let me do it in the Mersey. So I have to keep it here, and I secretly fly out. So, if only. If only. Right, so let's have a look at these last messages. You love the crack on here. Hope you all have a lovely one. That's from KB. You're very entertaining, chap. Cheers. Be safe, Paul, and for goodness, don't get robbed again. Oh, do you know what? Don't. We're lucky with the markets. Do you know what the Liverpool markets is? I went to the Manchester one last year and I really thought it would be something spectacular, and it wasn't. It was a little bit of a letdown. Right, Gaby is saying have a lovely day. Looks gorgeous there, Paul. Oh, Jackie's come on. Jackie, you've come on just as I'm going off. Right, I'm going to turn around and let you see the last little bit of... I'll go up to the edge of the prom here and then I'll say ta-ra. So if you all want to start saying ta-ra to each other now. It is beautiful and it is so quiet, which people wouldn't believe, that except for that music that you might be able to hear blaring in the distance. That's that same bar that I had to talk over before, believe it or not. You can actually hear it over here. Got the sun in my eyes, so I better be careful I don't walk off the edge. Right, there you go. Listen, what I might do, I'll turn you back round. What I might do is I might come back on quickly if I'm still out and about in about, well, when that sunset goes right down. I don't know, I'm not sure if I'm going to catch it now. I might pop on for like 5 minutes in another live a little bit later on. So let's see, anybody saying? No, the messages have stopped again, so I don't know why. Probably because I've come up onto this prom. Right, I'm going to love everybody and leave them. Hope you've enjoyed this live. I'm quite made up. We've had about nearly 60 people on, 69 likes, and I've had a super chat as well. So thanks very much for that. And I'm going to love you and leave you. I'm going to sign off. I can't see any more messages coming up. You're probably typing away to each other, but they're not coming up on my end. Obviously, I've dropped the signal again. So thanks for watching, everybody. I'm glad you've all tuned in. I thought I'd just give you an update because I haven't done a live for a long time, and I thought I'll just let you know where I am, somewhere in the world at the moment. I'm here till Saturday. I'll be back home on Saturday, and watch out for the next one because I'm in Paris Disneyland with the daughter-in-law, my son, and the baby. So Henry is making an appearance, and I don't know if you know why this came about. It's only 3 days in Disneyland. It's a gift to my daughter-in-law. I don't want to go into its personal problem. You might already have, I might have already said it in another video. Anyhow, that's coming up in, where are we? About a week or so. We're going just over about 10 days, I think it is. We're off to Disneyland Paris, where I will do the recordings, some recordings there of Disneyland itself. Henry, as I say, will make an appearance, and of course I will show you the hotel that we are staying in, which is actually in Disneyland. Right, I'm off, and I'll catch you on the next video. Don't forget, watch out for these videos coming up. There are still 3 more Croatia ones coming up, and please try and pass it, share the videos if you can, as much as you can, and let people know, because obviously people are having problems with the notifications. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video, and bye for now.